that. Yeah, well, there's
My biggest,
plenty to say about the whole episode. But,
my biggest thing is that this was how you do a transition from one DM to the other.
Yeah.
That was about as good and flawless as it gets, and the way it's being done is even better.
Yeah.
Like
Ooh,
just
we get some kitty tails.
Yeah, she's right here. She's. I just got home from work, so she's looking for attention.
Hey, that's really topical. Should we introduce first?
Hey, are we on the internet?
We sure are. Yeah, sorry, I didn't tell you that.
Welcome to Critters in Taiwan, a D&D podcast about Critical Role, where a bunch of nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. I am Ben and Gao Sheng.
For now, and I'm Tim and Taizhong.
And we are Critters in Taiwan.
Yeah, is that part of the intro? Yeah, that is, right?
Yep.
No, or did you say that before? No. We just had so few. Oh, yeah, and that title might change. Oh, man, that means I got some editing to do for my OBS. Boy, sorry about the delay, folks. We're running fast tonight, and we don't have the time to fix it. So hey, bear with us.
All good. Yeah, this will be a little short one. So tonight we are talking about Campaign 3, episode number 98.
Let me guess the title. Constant Giggles and Gasps.
I didn't look. Wait.
Oh no.
Let me look.
Well, it's probably called Constant Giggles and Gasps.
I'm guessing. Live from the Greek. That's my guess what it's called.
Yeah, Live from the Greek and then Constant Giggles and Gasps.
Frantically trying to find it. God damn it! I didn't look to this morning.
This guy's been busy, folks.
Oh no! I know why I didn't look. It's Monday. They don't put the title out till tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. We don't know what it's called. What?
We don't know what it's called. Yeah, we're recording a day early today because reasons. I'm going to be too busy tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, are these reasons still under wraps or what?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Did I give too much already?
Nah, it's okay.
Okay. We can restart if you want.
No, so we don't know actually what this episode is going to be called, but I'm going to call Get Bell's Hells to the Greek.
Okay, so Get Bell's Hells to the Greek, semicolon, Constant Giggles and Gasps.
There we go.
Because that's what I was doing. My girlfriend, I watch on my balcony. Girlfriend's inside, and she hears me giggling. She's like, "Are you watching your Kill Tony podcast?" I'm like, "No, this episode's really good." She's like, "Yeah, you don't usually laugh this much."
It was a. Did you notice that the mix was different for this live show? The mics, their mics were great, and everything was really, really good, but the audience wasn't nearly as loud for other live shows. Yeah. I think this is partly because they just didn't mic them as much, and also because it's outdoors. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it did look outdoors. I didn't know if that was lighting or...
The Greek is outdoors.
Oh, okay.
It's a huge amphitheater.
How about they got some good business, like semi-post-COVID? You know? You could be outside instead of inside. No, I didn't really notice that because, different place, like, they're going to have different things. I bet they didn't have a mic on the crowd. I think it was probably just Hazel. I think it was just whatever comes through as bleed, But the cast sounded great,
They did. Yeah,
yep.
They did.
And the music levels, everything on the stage sounded great.
Mm-hmm.
And it did sound like they were a little bit, like maybe they were going crazy for the ad reads in the beginning with all the dancing and stuff, which with the audience being quiet, it was like, guys, just end it.
Yeah, there was a really, really awkward one.
Yeah.
Really, really awkward.
Especially when I don't think they planned out the whole, all right, the audience is going to make the music. You don't have a single beatboxer up there. And she's like, what am I supposed to do?
Beep, bop, beep, boop, beep, boop. This is so silly.
Maybe you should think that through before you do that live.
Yeah. Okay, so... I told you before we started, I don't have very much for this. I only had time to watch this weekend once. So I finished it yesterday, loved it. I can't wait to go back and watch it again when I have time.
So good.
It's a classic live show like they did back in the old days. It felt really good. Massive twist at the end.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. Right now, since we're going to be running a little bit fast today, we're going to get through some major details today, which is basically like one or two, and we're seriously going to go short today. And then when Ben has his availability back, which might be next week, may not.
No, well, okay. Let's talk about that because there is no show next week.
I was going to say that's another kind of a big point there.
Okay, right. So we don't have a show. There's no Bell's Hells next week or 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 next week. It's 6 weeks.
Yeah, no
So
Bell's Hells.
no Bell's
There's
Hells.
still going to be
no campaign 3. So there'll be a week off, and then there'll be back to back episodes of Downfall, and then there will be a week off, and then Bell's Hells will come back. So that's a month and a half. That's 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a long time.
And they did give if correct me if I'm wrong, the names they put right after that. They said like Downfall and all these names. Oh fuck, we got to do this now. Jesus, today really? Come on, interwebs. Well, maybe when he finishes what he's doing. All right. Well, that's at least faster than last time.
I'll just keep every time I get booted out, I'll just call back.
Yeah, I just got to hang up before you call, and that's the secret.
I don't know what's going on. We still haven't resolved this. We'll figure it out.
Well, hopefully it's not computer based.
No, I think it's I think it's Microsoft based. I think it's just an account thing. I deleted the other account. That's why it shouldn't be a problem. But,
that's all right.
Thank you. That was a nice glitch. Yeah. The guy commented. I forget his name.
I didn't look. Shit.
He sent me a couple. No, he DM'd me a little bit of and gave me some good advice, and I followed it. I guess it's not working. Okay. Anyway. What were you asking about? They gave the names.
Oh yeah. After they said Downfall, these dates, and my first time watching, I did get a chance to watch. Finished it this morning, the second time. Got the dates. Right afterwards, they just dropped names. It wasn't like credits. It was just like they just put names.
BLM will be DMing, which is going to be amazing.
I love that guy's voice, dude.
Laura Bailey, Taliesin Jaffe, Ashley Johnson, and then 3 others that we know, but I don't remember off the top of my head who they are.
There were 3 names, and I'm like, have I seen that before?
I'm going to kill the guy's name. It's the guy that did the at the live show in London. He did the after show, like the talk show at the afterwards.
Oh, okay.
on one of the websites, I don't remember it is. I'm going to butcher his name. I'm not going to bother giving his first name. His last name is Salim. I'm going to butcher it. No, it's Babubakar or something like that. I don't remember his name.
Hey, some names are tough.
Really cool dude. I can't wait to see him play. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a wonderful series.
It really is, dude. I mean, BLM at the helm, it just...
So one thing that we don't know is that Beacon does these cool downs at the end. They show them. Matt dropped a whole bunch of information about what's going on. Both him and Brennan, they were both on with the players, and they all dropped a bunch of stuff. They're going to be playing 6 divine people, things, divine creatures, divine something. Wow. So it's 100 years after the fall of Avalier. So it's 100 years into the Calamity. Because remember, the Calamity in Exandria lore, Calamity took hundreds and hundreds of years. So this is 100 years into the Calamity, where Downfall is going to take place.
Okay.
And all playing divine PCs, whatever that means.
Jeez.
So probably a combination of paladins, clerics, maybe warlocks. Who knows?
Why do you say that?
Because those are the divine PCs.
Oh, okay.
Right. Clerics have divine followers, or they're divine. Paladins are divine, and warlocks can be divine.
Okay. With a nice, interesting story, of course they can be divine.
Yes.
Man,
like Ford was divine, right? Because he was a follower of the multi-class divine. So yeah.
Oh, that's right. Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, Wild Mother, right? So
after Uk'otoa. Yeah. So again, so the we don't get one on our Friday, and there's nothing next week, or there's something, just like a
July
Candela
11th.
Obscure or something.
I don't know. No idea. They didn't say. It might just be.
So
July 11th will be part 1 of Downfall, then 18th, then 25.
Right. So for us, it's 12th, 19th, and 26th. Even at your, and they're taking a week off after that, so there's not until August we get another Bell's Hells. Yep. So this week and next week, nothing.
Yes.
Damn.
Well,
all right.
Yeah,
well, they give you plenty of time to get things going.
Yeah, exactly. Huh. So yeah, it's going to be it'll be a stretch, folks, but we'll be back eventually. Who knows when?
Yep. gonna be
yeah.
yeah, yeah, 2 weeks. I mean, I'll save my notes as far as what's going on.
It's all
But
good.
a lot of times the talking points get answered or addressed in the next thing to some. So I go back and delete and then come back and redo.
Shall we do a couple of rollies?
Yeah,
Just
sure.
for shits and giggles.
Just
get
for...
through them, bang them out, and then we can wrap this thing up.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's rollies it up.
Go.
I got a
Rolly,
net.
rolly.
17. I'm taking it.
I got a 5.
All right, Tucker's taking it. Okay. Okay, I already touched those. All right, let's do this one then. How much did people know about Sam Riegel? To what capacity? What do you think? How many people knew that he was going to be involved? Did people know that he actually traveled there? Are they acting on stage when they says, Sam Riegel, could you come to the stage? Because it looked like Marisha was like, haha, yeah. And then it looked like maybe Ashley was standing up with her hands in the air, And then other people, I think Laura was like, I'm going to cry. But it wasn't like, I'm going to cry because this is such a surprise.
No, they knew. They knew.
Think all of them did?
And 100%. And
say that.
I say that because he was there. He knew he was there.
Right, but he's like, no, I'm just here for the ride. And they'll be like, bullshit. We know what you're doing.
Oh,
But then, you're not supposed to throw cats live on stream, dude. That gets you canceled.
oh shit, I just broke my mouse.
Uh-oh. What happens if we get cut again?
There we go. Okay, no, it's back.
Okay.
She was throwing her off the table. No, they knew, and I think they knew a bit more. I have a sneaky feeling that they've already filmed Downfall.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a moment when in combat, I didn't timestamp this, but I caught it. Taliesin with Ashton says, "Oh, I crit on a 19." He's like, "Oh no, that's from the one we did before."
Right.
And I think
that was a little strange.
Yeah, and I think that's a reference to him playing a paladin, perhaps, because it's you very well could, because they do crit on 19s at a certain level, and if with feats and things. So maybe he's referencing a player that a PC that he did in Downfall.
Did he not do that with a certain item or a certain buff?
Not with Ashton.
Or like
no.
when he's in his supreme form, perhaps. Because he's got that big alarm now. Because it doesn't sound not familiar. It sounds like something that may have happened.
Could be. I have a sneaky feeling that because they tend to film things before that it might have been a slip.
Sure, yeah. There's a term for that. Live recorded. I think they have another term for it.
Yeah. My biggest point about it all is they definitely knew Sam was there because he was on the bill. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. The other thing that I think gave it away is that they weren't really that shocked when he got out, and they were kind of fucking with him, and then there was a bunch of like, oh, who are you? Okay, we just jumped. Yeah, sure, come on in. It's all good, and the stuff.
Oh, you mean like with RP?
Yeah. Yeah, very much. There's a funny little thing that happened. Somebody on Reddit, Critical Role, when he's holding up his character sheet on paper, somebody froze it and zoomed in and enhanced it and actually transcribed what it was, and it was the page of his character's backstory, and it's it's amazing.
Wow.
It's like a whole bunch of things about his parents and about where he comes from and about his ex-girlfriend and how that sent him into a downward spiral, and that's how he got to where he is right now. It's really cool. So people, nerds are nerds, man. It's amazing.
Well, this kind of goes into this is kind of a bigger point, like who knew is how temporary or how permanent is this character? Now that seems to answer that question a little bit.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence about if this is a permanent character or not. This might still just be this part of the campaign character. Right. This might not be for long. This might be an episode or two.
Well, he's got to go back to the Hells at some point, perhaps, right? I don't know, like if he's just on a short mission or some shit.
Maybe there's another problem with that because the way he was acting around Tevin
and everybody else.
Yeah, and everybody else. The awkwardness of it. There might be some posing going on. So spoilers. He's a paladin multi-class paladin bard. Probably he's level 14, so it's the internet speculates that it's 10 paladin 4 bard, just because he has
I would go the other way.
It can't be. It has to be a minimum of 9 paladin to have the spell Moonbeam.
Okay.
And because he casts Moonbeam, which is and there's only one way he could have that, which is Oath, the Paladin of the Oath of the Ancients. Oath of the Ancients is the only one that has it. And then and the bonuses for the as I said, the internet's picked this all apart. They're like, well, it has to be 10-4 or 9-5, but probably not. It's probably 10-4 for other things that are not totally clear to me.
Huh. Yeah, it's a good thing we have these conversations.
So the speculation is that Asmodeus probably doesn't know he exists, which will bring, if I can bring up my one and only point for this one. So
I don't have a step button for that.
No, this is my yes.
Go ahead.
This is my yes end here. His name is Brias Doomseed.
Brias?
Brias, sorry, Brias. Hazel, enough. Seriously. Enough.
It's so nice she loves you.
I know. So his name is Brias Doomseed. What did Sam do with his last character?
Killed himself.
Well, no. What was the last character's name? The first one.
In this campaign?
Campaign 2.
Oh, okay. Oh,
right?
Is there a fucking anagram going on here?
100%.
Did you put it in Google or something?
I did, but I came out even better with the most people. There's 2 that are really so. Brias Doomseed is directly I bored Asmodeus. or even a better one is Red Boy Asmodeus.
It's not red.
Well, Asmodeus is.
Right. Oh, Red Boy Asmodeus. And also he called Dorian Blue Boy.
Right.
I mean...
I like I bored Asmodeus better, but it's
he's not a champion.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I was like, Asmodeus is like, oh God, this guy, come on. But the point, I think that the bigger point there is that the gods are desperate with Predathos imminently being released, so they are just grasping at straws. So yeah, maybe he is a follower of Asmodeus.
So I'm your champion. We'll call you a herald, okay?
Right, a herald. Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's definitely hiding stuff, and like I do, I don't look into it that much, but
Yeah.
Huh. Well, okay. So, with Sam going up there, he got his damage wrong by 1 point, but nobody really cared. I think you heard the crowd go like, "Oh, okay, it was supposed to be 21, not 22," and like.
As is always the case with live shows, there was a lot of mistakes. Or Liam being one of the biggest ones with 9 attacks on a speed potion, which is not how speed potions work. And it's that he got the hasted actions wrong. He did.
Luckily, he rolled low.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say.
Not the first time. The second time Matt corrected him, but that first time was like, no, you don't get 9 actions, dude. It doesn't work. You don't get 9 attacks or not 9 actions. But anyway, he mistook the way the speed potion worked, which is fine. It wasn't a big deal. They all make mistakes in the live shows, the nerves, et cetera, et cetera. So listen, I'd be up there with my tongue completely tied and unable to get any words out. So
yeah, just because you're a good audience member.
Yeah.
So we called Paladin, we're like, well, he'd have to be a Paladin. He's not going to come back as a cleric. That'd just be, It's like, oh, here's FCG 2.0.
Paladin Bard is a wicked combination.
I've never heard of this. And a Minotaur, which they got wrong as Centaur.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
It's like, you got an extra set of hooves. Like, no.
Legs? No, he's a Minotaur.
He's a Minotaur. He talked about the sexy Minotaurs, which, frankly, I didn't notice until the second time watching that he was a Minotaur. I didn't get that at all. And
did you see the art?
Oh, yeah. When it came up, the crowd went crazy.
Yes, exactly.
And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And I looked at it like, oh, shit. I did the Tucker backspin, whatever you call it.
because it's a fun Minotaur. It's a little bit of a reverse Minotaur with the human face. It's kind of unusual.
Yeah. But he did describe peach fuzz all
Yeah.
over the face, but it was like grayish white or whatever.
One of the things that's in his backstory is that his father is a Minotaur and his mother is a human. So
that sounds
that
sounds precarious.
yeah.
Jeez. Anything else about Sam joining the table? I think we got permanence taken care of. How much do you really think they knew? Like, did he try to fly separately? And you're 100% that they all knew.
Oh, 100% they knew. They had to have known. I don't think they were really ready. I don't think they really knew when. Matt knew when, and Sam knew when.
Yeah.
But I don't think the cast knew when he was going to come in. I think they knew it would be early. But if there's going to be a surprise thing, that's what it would have been, when he's going to come onto stage.
Right. And that was the third thing that I nearly forgot was I didn't have any inkling whatsoever when they had the two doors. There was like a bronze and a silver or something like that. And like even Essek was back there saying like, do we need to open every door?
Every door.
And like Ashton and Orem both said like, you know what, like maybe we shouldn't do this because we're looking for something else. I don't imagine Ludinus would be anxious. And no. Ashton said the other way. He's like, dude, when I see anxious, I kind of want to talk to him to see how they figured it out. But I was not thinking whatsoever that would be like an opportunity for Sam to come in.
For him to pop in, no, neither was I. I thought that he would enter during combat at some point, or there would be some that's like somebody dun da da da, here I come. But he's cowering in the corner, crying somewhere in a closet. Yeah.
Tactical retreat, Ben.
Right. Shall we get another little rolly here?
Yeah, sure. I guess that's enough about Sam. Sam, we know you're watching. We don't care. Oh, right next to the 20 with an 8.
7.
How am I going to do this then? This is probably our last rolly, everybody. Fellas. It's already 23 minutes. We're looking at 30 for this one. Okay. We said Paladin, of course. He was live, was glued in a moment that comes from your battle. I guess this kind of... I mean, I've got a few things here. I'm just going to say a few things.
Go for it.
It was really cool that Essek getting applause. Just like in the whole thing in general, when they say like Essek the hot boy, this fictional character gets more applause than perhaps like, I don't know, probably like Tom Cruise at this place. Yeah. You know? Like a fictional character gets more recognition and love than somebody that's actually real and famous. Essek is more famous than rock stars, movie stars in this stuff.
In this genre, yes.
Yeah. Another thing, keeping track of buffs. They did a pretty damn good job of, which, I mean, I'm sure there were a couple of mistakes, but...
There were.
And I didn't catch any mistakes. Yeah,
the bless thing was a little bit iffy. It's like...
He kind of fucked it up a little bit. It was only 3 people. He said everybody.
I know. He caught it again. It's also time limit. Like they kind of fudged the time limit for it. I think it's only a minute, but it's fine.
But also keeping track from like the last episode, which I suppose they're really well versed in this kind of thing.
Yes.
But with Robbie Damon, he might not be, but he was keeping track. He's like, wait, didn't we have this? Didn't we have this? Wait, with advantage, like that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and then going off of the, I'm just putting this all into one thing. After calling this episode Constant Giggles and Gasps, maybe because it was live, but I was like glued to every moment throughout. Like this felt like Calamity, because like Calamity was just, I think I watched those 3 times, maybe 3.5 before we talked about them, because they were so good. And this one, I wish, if we were doing this tomorrow, I would go through a 3rd time for sure.
Nice.
Because this episode was really fantastic.
It was a good one. It was really good. I'm looking forward to watching it again, where I can actually sit down and enjoy it.
And even in the battle, which is not a time for me to usually be super engaged, but for whatever it was that was different, is just
it was
amazing.
Quick. I looked at, somebody posted the synopsis of the battle and all of that. It was like 3 rounds. It was a really quick battle, even though it went on for over an hour. It was only 2 or 3 rounds. It was very, very quick. Surprisingly so.
Yeah, I guess
Ludinus jumping in and throwing that gate, and then they waste. There was a very odd little moment there, which is I think if I can bring up my only other point really that I have that I think is of note.
Let's do it. You're a busy man.
when Ludinus shows up, and he does his gate, and then they all start attacking him, and then Orem comes in and goes like bam, 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 and he misses a bunch of times on him, but it's, it's whatever, it is what it is. And then Ludinus, like, he drops the gate and drops concentration, so he can't push him into, Orem can't push him into the abyss, which is what he was trying to do. And then he's like, no, we need to talk. And he tries a little parlay moment, and they all just
want to talk. Yeah.
And they all agree.
Just like that.
At some point, Orem has to walk away from this group, because he's been tasked more or less by Keyleth to go after Ludinus, and they all sort of agreed. And like time and time and time again, Orem keeps getting shut down with the sword, with the the stuff on Ruidus. All of these things, Orem just keeps getting shut down. This one, he's like, no, we got to kill this fucker. And then they're all like, nah, let's just hear him out. And he's just supposed to go along with this. I know Liam wanted to take a back seat because he was really a leader in campaign 1, and he was really a leader in campaign 2. And he said in Four-Sided Dive several times, he's like, no, Orem's just taking a back seat. He's tip of the spear. He's just doing what he has to do. He's been tasked by the Tempest to go and do these things. But at some point, he's got to say, I can't do what you're doing. Right?
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Mm-hmm.
How else would he have such a good opportunity to even get in touch with Ludinus? This is the first time that, without being a part of the Ruby Vanguard, that somebody's actually kind of found him, I guess you look at Breus. He somehow got in touch with him because he was supposed to be doing something. I don't remember what he said.
He was actually traveling with the Vanguard, infiltrated.
And then he got fucking shunned into a closet, which was perfect timing for the little flirty conversation they were having. That was amazing. It's like, what were you doing in that closet anyway? It's like, how perfect is that? Are you single? Yeah, but it would be, I think, in Orm's best interest to stay with them because, hey, there he is right there. We can find him again.
But if they're not doing what he's tasked with doing, and that time after time after time, there's like multiple times when they just keep shutting him down and shutting down what he wants to do, how can he do what he needs to do, which is, destroy Ludinus or stop Ludinus or halt him. Make him stumble.
They said delay him at the very least, right? Which I guess they have, but not really that long, because that battle was, what, three rounds, so that's less than a minute of delay.
Yeah, exactly.
And they didn't debilitate him in any way, so he's still full power.
Not really. Yeah, again, we don't know if that was a simulacrum. It might have been, might not have been. It's possible. I think it might. Oh, Matt, the hand thing.
Yeah, what do we know about the gold fingers and the robotic arm or whatever?
Okay, remember when?
I don't.
Remember when way back when he turned the Malleus key on.
Yeah.
To make the bridge, Bell cells blew up a bunch. They sent the airship in, and they blew up a bunch of power supplies that would power it. This is what happened when he reached in to grab the
lens.
No, what's it called? The dodecahedron.
The beacon.
The beacon. Jesus, brain. When he grabbed the beacon, what's the other name for it? The
Luxem.
Luxem. So when he grabs the thing, he has to. The speculation is that I kind of believe this. He had to put because Bell Cells had taken some of the power supplies away. He had to put some of his own power in, and that's the result. His hand gets withered, and he's lost a little bit of himself because of it. Who knows what else?
Okay, maybe lost an arm up to the elbow and just like, all right, let's.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a fairly common trope. Look at Star Wars. Look at Ninja Gaiden. These Sekiro, like these video games where it's like
Vecna shit too, right? Like this is the hand of Vecna. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, even Ashton, he's got like this arm that's it's. I guess it's not fake, but it's not the same as it was before.
It's a trope, like you said.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. It's like people were like, "Whoo!" and I'm like, "What? What? I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, and he said it again. Black withered hand with gold capped fingertips. It's like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, even Zelda, the last Zelda, the Breath of the Tears of the Kingdom. Like, spoilers on that game. Sorry, I'm not supposed to spoil other games, but yeah, he like loses his powers and he has to get them back by getting his hand back or something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a common trope. I just didn't know how it applied to lewdness. And then I started getting Vestaragna's story messed up in that, and I was like, okay, I'll just ask Ben.
Yeah, well, that's the answer. Hey, we're getting close to that time now.
Yeah, we're at 30 minutes, and yeah, there are a lot more things that we want to talk about, but as we said before, that kind of stuff usually comes out in the next episode, and maybe a four-sided dive coming up.
We're gonna get a ton of info here. I like the way, just a quick little thing, like the way that they brought this in. It's like, hey, you're looking at this lens, you're looking at this thalamus oculus or whatever the fuck it's called. You're looking at this thing, and you're going to get a history of a little brief history of Aor, of what happened in Aor, and how that
it has all the memories.
Yeah, all the memories of the society and the ones who brought them down. Which means they're going to get memories of gods here and how the gods saw this play out. So that's what Downfall is going to teach us, and I'm guessing it's going to be an Inception sort of a thing.
Okay.
That Bell Cells is going to watch as Downfall plays out.
Like they're going to get the memories of what happened, and they're going to play out the memories.
So it's going to be, it'll be like Calamity. It'll be railroaded. It'll be on a set of tracks. And so there will be an end result that will be already known.
Right.
It's going to be lore and lore and lore.
Like, not necessarily railroaded as far as like you have to do this before you get to the end result, but the end result will happen. So whatever you do before then, hey, it's up to you. But it's also 3 episodes, no more, no fewer. Yeah.
And guaranteed the cast will be told what they need to do and how their characters would react to XYZ. Yeah.
That your agency is this, no matter what kind of stuff.
No matter what. Yes,
but still
much like Calamity was as well. Xerxes was this, and they all had their own little things.
I'll probably watch Calamity again in the meantime, just because it was so damn good, and just get ready. Hopefully, not get my hopes up for Downfall. I mean, Calamity, Downfall, these names, jeez. I mean, Downfall sounds a little bit, like okay, things are falling down. Calamity, that's catastrophic, calamitous, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, another little speculation thing that Matt pointed out on Beacon was that orb that Ludinus put inside, the orb of knowledge, is not the orb of knowledge that Portia, the Mauritius character, that she recorded everything in Calamity on that orb and then gave it to Sarah, and Sarah passed it on to his kids. Okay. It is not. It's not the same orb, but the idea is that all of those civilizations had those things. Those orbs that recorded everything, and this is another one that's in the same.
This come from chats or something, or what?
Beacon, Matt, in the cooldown.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Afterwards.
So you got all the Beacon information, and I don't.
No,
so
they posted. People posted on Reddit, and I just read it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. That's really good information to know, because that could be. Yeah. Thanks, Matt, for doing that. We know you're watching. Well, shit, man. Should we get out of here and then?
Let's wrap this up because I got to get moving here. It's time.
Yeah, so like next week and the week after, probably no episode because, I mean, Ben, your boy is pretty busy. You might see a couple changes around here, but not too much, I hope. And let's see. If we're full of shit or you have something to say, get in touch down there. It's the best way. We've got an email, but I don't think I've ever checked it. And comments right down there. That's the best way to get in touch. Follow Ben at his socials, at bengreenspoon on everything. It's not Twitter anymore, right? We call it X now. Yeah. And then, hey, Hazel. What a darling. Follow me at drummatucka. We're probably going to have some shows after summer here in Taichung, so if you're in the country, come and check us out. If not, just check out some weekly drum videos. Anything else, bud?
I'm good.
Well, then, if nothing else, just keep in touch. We'll let you know what's going on with everything around here as far as like the quick episodes and why we are so busy. Just keep in touch. We'll let you know eventually. Yeah. And cool. All right, let's end it right there.
Love you all.
Don't forget to love each other. And is it finally?
Fridays.
Li Baiu. Is that right? 3 Fridays we'll finally have an episode.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
3 Fridays we'll have an episode. Yes.
Yeah, but it won't be
July 12th.
Yeah, so not this weekend, not next week, but Yeah. Jeez. All right. Well, hey, don't forget to love each other. And is it finally whatever Friday it is? Peace. Everybody.
Love you
Take
all.
care of yourselves. And wait, where are we? There we are.